Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Time for another collection update. Yes, it's time already again. I've got some CDs to show you guys, 10 or 11, somewhere in that era. I think 10, if I'm correct, maybe 11, I don't know. Anyways, kind of mix of genres, so it goes everywhere in this video. Of course, kind of metal or rock related. Yeah, I don't have much other things to say, so just gonna start here. First one up is a reissue from Saxon. This is Killing Ground. This is their 2001 album. Of course, well-known heavy metal band from the UK. Don't have to mention a lot about this band. This is a legendary band. Really nice reissue, of course, in this slim digipack version. I'm not super big fan of, but hey, it is what it is. This happens more and more. So it's a great album. I have to say, this is definitely one of the better ones. I really enjoy listening to this. It has a killer track after killer track. It starts with an intro, and then you get the title track. Yeah, and it keeps on getting great tracks. There's some diversity as well with slower and faster tracks. There's an acoustic things used. They have a lot of atmosphere in the songs here and there. Yeah, they really used the time well on this album. It has, let's say, 11 tracks, and you get a real decent amount of playing time here as well. Yeah, nothing more actually to say. Well, that this is a fantastic album. I don't think there's a bad track on here, so definitely a great release. This is the follow-up to Metalhead, I think. So it's in that era. You have Unleash the Beast, Metalhead, and then this one. But yeah, it's a band that keeps bringing out steadily new albums, and this is definitely one of them. They're one of the better ones. I really like the artwork with the knight's helmet here. Yeah, fantastic stuff here. Really great album, Saxon with Killing Ground. Next up, another reissue. This is a 2013 reissue of the 1993 album by Conception. This is Parallel Minds. This is a band from Norway. Kind of a mixture of progressive power metal, you can say, I think. This is kind of the music you get probably if you mix some Evergrey with Camelot or something, then you get an idea. It has a bit less keyboards though. Great singer. Funny fact, Roy Khan, ex-singer of Camelot, is in this band, so this is really cool. His voice is outstanding, so I don't mind that. Overall, great songs, good listen, and really well done, nice digipack reissue done by BMG. Yeah, I was not super familiar with this band. I saw people talk about it. I know Roy Khan was in this band, so I decided to pick it up. And I really enjoyed listening to this. Great songs. Yeah, next to the 10 regular songs, you get 3 bonus tracks on this one. One demo song, which is a song. It's a song from the album. It's original song 4 on the album, and you get that demo version. And you get 2 live tracks of Roll the Fire and Parallel Minds. Also 2 tracks that are on the album, so nothing really new about other versions, let's put it that way. But I don't mind. It are good versions and nice addition to the regular album. Really was drawn also to the artwork, which is really cool. Really like that concept, and I think this concept comes a bit back in some other albums as well. So it's really nice looking album. Yeah, here's the track listing, guys, and Roy Khan, of course, is here in the middle. He still was young and had long hair. But yeah, great album. if you're not familiar with this band yet, go and you like some power metal, some aggressive metal, definitely check out this band from Norway. Really, really good stuff. Good album. Next up, band from Germany. This is Mekong Delta with Tales of Future Past, and this is their 2020 comeback album. The band was long active in the end of the 80s, early 90s, released a couple of albums and then split up, but they were back again and released this album. I think they released some singles or something as well. Yeah, what can I say? It's kind of a progressive thrash metal. Really, after the intro, which is really nice atmospheric intro, you get the first real track. It's called Mental Entropy, I think it's called. Really, really busy track. A lot of time changes and progressive edges to it. Kind of almost bordering too busy. That's how many changes there are in a couple of riffs. They use a couple of riffs and they all switch. You know how it works. It not goes all the album like that, but there's a lot of moments that there's a lot of busy progressiveness to it without being over solo-y or anything. That's pretty interesting though. So it's just not an easy first listen. I will always have seen their first album in the record store and first press, German press, and I always was intrigued by the cover and thought there will be a day I will check this band out, and finally I did. I don't know if this is the album that I had to check to get to know with the band. Maybe I should just check the album digitally, the first album, before buying it. If it's still there, I might pick it up. It is first press, so it is a bit more on the pricier side, but nonetheless, it's an interesting band. I like the progressiveness to it, but I don't want to pull this on when I'm really busy in my head myself. Then it's too much to take. Let's put it that way. Although it's a really nice sit and it's a long sit, and you have to take the time for it and be easy in mind to follow all the time changes in the songs. But yeah, an interesting album nonetheless. I really like the artwork, which is really gives a certain mood to it, and it's really drawn out to the whole cover here. Inside of the booklet, and here is the singer, and he might gain some weight during the years, but anyways, it doesn't matter. He sings really well, so I don't mind. And it's not about how anyone looks; it's about how you perform, right? So, anyways, good album, but really busy. Let's put it that way. So it's not an album I will put on every day, but interesting band nonetheless. And I like the artwork as well. Really good stuff. Mekong Delta with Tales of Future Past. Next up, an album I'm really excited about. It might be one of the best melodic death metal albums from this year. This is Dormant by Hiraes, the band's second album, a band from Germany. Awesome album, great melodies, there's enough brutality to it. The growls are good from Britta Goods, is former singer from Cripper, if you know that band still. Yeah, awesome music. This is melodic death metal done right, and I hope Arch Enemy is listening to this band, because Arch Enemy is not bad, but I think they can use some inspiration to get more diversity. There is a little bit more diversity with Arch Enemy nowadays, because Alyssa is finally using her clean vocal, so there is a bit of improvement there. but there could still be a lot done to the riffs and the melodies to keep it more exciting, and this band does it really well. Nowhere to step on the gas and where to get off the gas, let's put it that way, in tempo. There's a lot of great melodies and solos in here, good vocals. Yeah, nothing wrong with this. I really enjoyed this album. Fantastic release. Band's second album, like I said. The previous album is from 2021, I think. I have that one as well. Can't remember the name of it, but it's a really decent album. I think it's some Solitary or something, somewhere in that line, I think it's called. Solitary, probably, yeah. But fantastic release, guys. If you haven't checked this out yet, go do so. If you like your melodic death metal, this is definitely a band to check. It's fresh air in some stuff. Like I said, it's melodic death metal done right, and yeah, I like that when a band comes with such a great album. Melodic death metal is a genre that is a lot of done, and there's not lots originality to it anymore, but you have to do it right to keep it fresh and make you want to listen to it. And this album is so good that you want to listen to it. So they've done it the right job, and it's a fantastic artwork as well. Yeah, what else do you want? Great release on Napalm Records. Go check it out. Next up is the latest album from Downfall of Gaia, which was released last year. Kind of missed it. The bunch of other releases I have that year. This is Silhouettes of Disgust. This is a band from Berlin, Germany. Yes, another band from Germany. And this is released on Metal Blade Records. This is an interesting release. They do it a bit different on this one. Of course, they start out as a bit black metal, crusty band, and during the years they still got more post-metal influences and kind of lost a bit of that crust elements to the black metal. This album combines a bit of all three, and that's really interesting. So they combined all the eras of the band, and that makes this a real all-round album. There's enough of atmosphere on it, there's a lot of aggression on it, and there's a lot of that punkiness here and there. It's a really nice album, really like the vocals. There's a little variation in there in the screams as well. It's a bit less screamy and bit shouty than really black metal screamy vocals. You know, there's a bit of variation on this one, and I really love the artwork. Fantastic artwork, kind of a misty landscape way, whatever it is. There's some building in the back. Awesome. Kind of reminding you of that games on the PlayStation. That's the spooky games. Kind of that feel to it. But yeah, fantastic album. Really love the melodies, the atmosphere, and then had the nice dose of aggression to it. Awesome album. So glad I picked it up, and so sad that I missed it last year because it could be in my year list. That's how good it was. Yeah. Awesome album, and here's a picture of the band members. Great band. If you're not familiar with it, I have multiple albums by this band, and I enjoy all of them, and this is not an exception. Good stuff. If you don't know Downfall of Gaia yet, go check them out, guys. This is definitely one of the most diverse albums they made, and it's really good. Check out Silhouettes of Disgust. Next up, American black metal. It's also from 2023. This is Lamp of Murmuur with Saturnian Bloodstorm. Kind of surprised when I heard this one. I was more familiar with the old world, the more raw black metal-y one-man project from the US. but this one seems to have a bit better production. There's some keyboard work on it. And what a funny thing is, when after the intro, the first thing I thought when the riff kicked in, wow, this sounds like Immortal. So they progressed a lot with sound. Yeah, the riffs are typically Norwegian style black metal. It's kind of weird to hear that from American black metal band actually, and yeah, I was kind of surprised by that and put off. What is this? Is this the new Immortal or what? But that same kind of riff that Immortal uses since At the Heart of Winter, that kind of sort of riff, only a little bit more raw. So that's really interesting. Yeah, interesting take on there. There's a little more variation. Well, the album continues. Of course, it's not all complete Immortal worship. But here and there definitely has more elements of Immortal, but also some other bands that I thought, hey, that could be like that or anything. But overall, I really enjoyed this album. It definitely is a bit more a bit different listen than the old material, I have to say. But I really want to spin this some more. Really, really nice. Don't know how much release this is, because this band has at least a lot of stuff, and most of the time every year something. So at least once or more. So yeah. But I'm looking forward to what they're gonna do with the next album. Yeah, interesting take on their black metal. Yeah, I was really surprised by this. And really nice release by Lamb of Murmuur, Saturnian, Bloodstorm. If you haven't checked out yet, go check it out. A lot of people in the VC we love the heavier stuff. Definitely already checked this, but if you have not yet, definitely recommend it. Good band. Next up we go into a classic. This is a band that shaped a bit the sound of nowadays gore grind. If you yeah, bands like of course classic Carcass, the first two albums, what's the other one, Necrophagia, that early material from them in the 80s, early 90s. And then of course there's Impetigo. If you're not familiar with this American band yet, guys, and you are into gore grind, you missed something out, because it's definitely one of the early bands, active since 86, 87, somewhere in that era. Released a couple of demo and a couple of EPs, and released finally their debut album in 1990, Ultimo Mondo Cannibale. Then you already know where they get their inspiration from. Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Ferox, that kind of movies. That's what they have the inspiration from. The album covers are inspired by that as well. First album cover got a bit banned as well, so they had to redo it. And at the point that it was redone, they already recorded the second album, which is this one. This is Horror of the Zombies, which was released in 1992. And the last full length as well. After this they leave, I think some splits or an EP and something like that, and they call it quits. But a lot of bands praise this band, especially modern days bands, gore grind bands. Yeah, Dead Infection, Last Days of Humanity, Repulsion, also, and Impaled, and all the kind of bands praise this band. Fantastic band. There is a compilation out called The Whistles of Gore, which is a complete tribute to this band. There are a lot of modern grindcore bands covering Impetigo songs. So if you are curious how other bands do it, go check out that album. There's some songs from that release on this album, the original versions of course, but this is a gore grind classic. Expected old fuzzy guitar riffy music. It's not super, it's fast but not super fast, it's more groovy in a way, and it's kind of a burpy growl to the music. It's not completely pitch shifted like modern gore grind bands a lot of days are, so they just use their own voice, but it's a really interesting band, and definitely it's great opportunity to look into some old school stuff, and it comes with a really thick booklet, so I have to take this out. This is a reissue done by Vic Records, by the way, so it's really cool that they finally reissue it. I don't know which company has released original. I think there's also a version of Morbid Records, I think, and some other labels as well. It's at least released a couple of times, but this is a really nice reissued version, a really thick booklet with read up and a lot of images and stuff like that. Yeah, fantastic. If you haven't got this and you are into extreme metal, go check this out. It's an interesting reissue nonetheless, and there are some lyrics in there as well, I think, yes. So it's a really complete, nicely redone reissue, so thank you very much Vic Records for reissuing this again, because there is some people that want it. Let's see, it's a pretty unknown name, but if you are into gore grind, and a lot of people in that niche know who this is, you know, every band knows where they get the inspiration from, so yeah, great band. Sadly they have been reformed for a short time to do some gigs or something, but I don't think they have released anything any worth mentioning. Maybe a DVD or something, but not an album or something after the split up. So you have to do it with the EPs and the 2 albums that they have released actually. But yeah, great classic from 1992, Horror of the Zombies by Impetigo. Next up, a great release from this year, a band I saw live at the Stonehenge Festival as well. This is the second release I have from this band, I think. This is Necrot with Lifeless Birth. Fantastic old school death metal. That's the only thing you need to know. If you want an old school death metal album from this year, great riffs, great vocals, nasty sounds. Yeah, you can't go any wrong with this band if you like your old school death metal, guys. It's a fantastic band. Nice artwork as well, really like it. And a bit old school look, but a bit modern covers to it, something like that. Of course, we have the lyrics in here, and more artwork here, and more lyrics, of course. And there's lyrics and credits with who does who, what, or whatever. And this is released under where's released this? Think Crime, I think. Think Crimes, yes, I think it is. So great label. If you know the label, then you know also what to expect from that. Nice production, great old school death metal. Can't go wrong with this. Necrot with Lifeless Birth. Good stuff. Then we get some really fantastic album from this year as well. This is Dödsrit with Celestial Will, Nocturnal Will, sorry, Nocturnal Will is the album title. I kind of used a song called Nocturnal Fire and Celestial Will, but it's a combination of those titles. But this is a fantastic black metal album. I think these guys from Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. Great riffing atmosphere on it. really nice dark black metal with some crusty edge to it. I really dig this album. Great riffs. Yeah, it's a really great listen. I really enjoyed this album. It's definitely one of my favorite black metal albums from this year, and I really dig the artwork. It's phenomenal. Great release. Don't know. Wolves of Hades, I think, has released this. I don't know for sure. Probably. Yeah, Wolves of Hades has released this. It's a Dutch label. Has done the release, but fantastic, guys. If you haven't heard it, this is the band's fourth album, I don't know for sure, but they have released a bunch of releases on the Wolves of Hades label. I've seen that there, so I know that for sure. But this is the newest effort, and great 2024 recommendation, guys. If you like your black metal crusty with some great riffs, melodies, you can't go wrong here. Fantastic album, Dödsrit with Nocturnal Will. Definitely recommended, guys. And keep in mind, I'm not the only YouTuber that praised this, and that's not without a reason. So good stuff. Next up, the second to last album to show for today. This is the new one from Exhorder, Defectum Omnium. Fantastic thrash metal. That's all I can say. Released on Nuclear Blast Records, the newest album from 2024. What can you expect? A bit faster thrash, of course, some speedy moments as well. The typical vocals you are used from this band, and there is some groovy moments as well, that Pantera vibe in some songs as well, to give it some diversity. But it's a phenomenal release. It's not every song is good as the other one, but overall it's an album I really enjoyed. It's a fun listen. Yeah, you get your kicks from the thrash metal here. If you are into that, this is definitely an album you have to look into for this year. So another great banger from these guys. Since they reformed, they try to keep the pace up with releasing the stuff, and that's a good thing, I think. Yeah, fantastic artwork also as well. I really enjoy the artwork here. Really dark, and kind of fits to this whole aesthetic of this album, the lyrics and stuff like that. But it's a really good album. Kind of smelly. It's a kind of weird ink smell to it because of the printing. But yeah, it smells new. Here's a picture of the band. Here are the guys. Yeah, critters and things like that. And here is the back, which also has a fantastic image as well. So if you want to hear some thrash metal this year, one of the candidates to look into. There are a couple of more that I want to check out in thrash metal realm. This is definitely one I wanted to check, so I did. Exhorder with the new album, Defectum Omnium. Yeah, always fun that Latin titles. And the last album on the stack here is the new one from Deep Purple, ladies and gentlemen. Equals One, 2024 album. The one with a new guitar player. Name kind of escaped me a bit. McBride, something like that. I don't know for sure the front name, but when I see it in the book, I might tell you. Newest album, new guitar player Steve Morse left for family circumstances, so the new guy jumped in. He's a bit younger than the rest. He's like my age, I think, 45, 44, somewhere in that era. I'm 43, so kind of that thing. But he gives more inspiration to the band and gives it a more harder sound in a way. Steve Morse was really known to have a bluesy edge to it. There's still in there some bluesy edge to it, don't get me wrong. But overall, this definitely has more a hard rock edge to it again, and I like that. It gives it a bit of punch to it. Although I have to say, I have to get more used to the album though. That the album starts really good, and halfway the album, I think there are some weaker songs. And towards the end it gets a bit better again. So yeah, this the middle part still has to land to me a bit more in another circumstance or something to get complete the picture. But overall, there's some great songs on there. Show Me is great. A bit on the side is a pretty decent track. Portable Door I really enjoyed. Lazy Sod is one of my favorites, I think. I really like that track. I also like the last track, Bleeding Obvious. It's also a fantastic riff on that one. Probably one of the weaker songs, I think, is If I Were You. I think that was one of the weaker songs that kind of pulled me off. It's kind of how do you say it, kind of dragging, soft song that I was not really interested in. It could change though, but overall I think that's one of the weaker songs on the album. If they skip that track or put another one in its place, it might have flown a bit better and got my attention a bit better to the album probably. So that's a kind of a critical note to it, but overall this is a really enjoyable album. A lot of people say it's heavier, and that's correct. There are some heavier tracks on here that definitely remind me of the old Deep Purple. Although the singing of Ian Gillan is not the same anymore. Of course, he sings a bit lower, but that's obvious because the man is getting older. Yeah, times change, but overall, it's really nice listen. And the other gripe on the album is the front cover. Couldn't you think of any other image that would be more fitting? This is really, really easy. Even this I would appreciate more than the front cover that it has now. So yeah, but that's another thing. Comes with a thing with other releases, so promotional. And let's see if I can get this last booklet out because it's so thick. And it's not a problem, but nowadays jewel cases have longer things to keep the booklet in place. It's better to get against getting some thief after the years, but on the other side I think it's hard to get thick booklets out. Kijk, when you get this, you know what I mean. So just keep by getting the booklet out, guys. Labels, think about that, you know. It's kind of frustrating. Do then one in the middle and you can put the sides out like two is too much. It keeps it good in place, but it's a bit too much. Lyrics, of course, in here. Yes, nice, like that. And a lot of lyrics to it. There are some decent amount of songs on here as well, so there are some decent amount of lyrics. Yeah, what can I say? It's just a nice surprise after Whoosh. I really enjoyed Whoosh though. It's just a bit more bluesy than this one. I don't know where this would be ranked in the discography. You have to listen it a bit more to get more used to it. But time will tell. I'm not a person that ranks albums all the time. Some YouTubers do, and if you like that kind of videos, there are plenty of YouTubers doing ranking videos. Brandon Snyder, for example, or a lot of other people as well. But overall, pretty decent album. Some weaker moments, some really good moments. It will land on me someday, but yeah. Another new album from the Purple gang. So, that's it guys. Last song CD from the stack. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. I will name the albums in the description in case you are wondering what to look for, so you can't be mistaken what album to pick up. Thoughts always in the comment section, and I will see you guys next video. I hope, whatever that may be, might be a reaction video or not. We'll see what happens along the way. Busy recording as always. So thank you all for watching. Hope you like it and you subscribe. It will help the channel out really well, and spread the word about these fantastic releases. Cheers, and see you guys next time.